You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. Man, the Atlanta Falcons yesterday had a glorious opportunity to seize a victory from the awful Carolina Panthers. And I mean, this is not even a Panthers video, but I know John made a video about the attendance on the over on the big channel. Look at this. I mean, it was pathetic. And you're talking about having the number one overall draft pick as your quarterback, and you can't draw anybody. It was embarrassing. 45-cent tickets. It was awful. But today, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, there is something that is more embarrassing than that. And that's a 9-7 loss to these Carolina Panthers. A horrible loss, a lost opportunity for a Falcons team that's trying to get in the playoffs. It came out the other day that it looks like Arthur Smith, barring some kind of a meltdown, would be retained as the coach of this Atlanta Falcons team, and I'm floored by that. You look at these team stats. The offense got, almost 80 more yards by the Panthers, who are terrible. And the most egregious stat, I think, in all of this, the Panthers ran for 129 yards, and the Falcons, with Cordell Patterson and Bijan Robinson, ran for 52. I mean, that's appalling. That's offensive. And not in a good way. Offensive. You should be pissed off. If you are a Falcons fan today, you should be livid. You should be livid. And judging by a Falcons Wire poll that came out after the game, and judging by Falcons X/Twitter, you are pissed off. You are mad. You are livid today because this was a lost opportunity. The Falcons are now 6-8 after losing to the lowly Carolina Panthers Week 15. The NFC South title is still up for grabs, but the team's playoff chances took a significant hit following Sunday's 9-7 loss. Now, one of the exercises we go through on this channel is to look at schedules and look at ways where a team like the Panthers could have gotten the playoffs. When I made an Arthur Smith video the other day, I said, well, there's the Panthers. That should be a victory. Well, evidently, Arthur Smith looked at the schedule and said, well, that should be a victory too, and didn't bother to game plan for the game. And I know that probably didn't happen, and I'm sure it didn't happen. Guys, we've got 5,664 votes, and basically 91% of Falcon fans, that'd be 9.1 out of every 10 Falcon fans, want Arthur Smith fired. And look, 5% of the ones said, hey, let's see how the season plays out. I mean, I guess there's a chance of an epic meltdown, but in case you did not notice, and here is the NFL playoff picture right now, there's the Bucs, who went into Green Bay and kicked the shit out of the Green Bay Packers, who got sent packing all the way right behind the Falcons at 6-8. And there's the Falcons right there. And yeah, you got the Saints and you got the Buccaneers. It's not exactly stiff competition. This is the most mediocre division in all of football. Falcons fans. Arthur Smith got Bijan blocking for Patterson. That's a fact. Yeah, Panther fans, not happy. Not happy. Arthur Smith, get ready to learn indeed, buddy. I don't know about that. I don't know that they're going to fire him. This guy, ready to, and obviously he's making a funny video, and I get it, but it's sort of, it's sort of indicative of where Falcons fans are. Lost to the 1-12 Panthers. Send Arthur Smith to the effing moon. It's crazy. Quintessential Arthur Smith, face buried in the play chart. How to win the game is not on the play chart. Do you ever see him engaging with his players, encouraging his players, leading his players? Falcons need a coach, not a very good coordinator. You know, on this channel, we're always talking about guys that are good coordinators, but not very good head coaches. And whatever their specialty is, whether they're a defensive coach or an offensive coach, if your side of the ball sucks and you're the head coach, you're in trouble. Brandon Staley, Chargers, their defense was awful, and he was a defensive coach, head coach. Ron Rivera, defensive coach. Commanders stink at defense. You scored 7 points. This should be Arthur Blank giving Art Smith his Christmas gift early. Boom. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's the play right there. Cordell Patterson scoring the touchdown. Now, I want to show you something here because I got to looking, and the Falcons are not like a team like the Panthers. You lost to a team that has no real playmakers at all on offense. The Falcons have playmakers everywhere. You've got Kyle Pitts. You got Cordell Patterson. You got Bijan Robinson. You got Drake London. You got Jonnu Smith. You got playmakers all over the offense, all right? You got playmakers that a team like the Patriots would kill for. Frankly, the Chiefs would kill for these kind of playmakers. Right? If the Chiefs had these playmakers right now, they'd probably have 12 victories with Patrick Mahomes. Number one, Desmond Ridder can't play dead. He is not your guy. All right? He is not your guy. This is the quarterbacks in the league. He's 36th on PFF right now. So let's just get that out of the way. He's not your guy. Kyle Pitts, an all-world tight end, are supposed to have been. He's going to end up looking like a draft bust because of the coaching and the quarterbacks he's playing with. I mean, unless he demands to get the hell out of there, Kyle Pitts has two touchdowns, folks. 37-year-old Jimmy Graham has 4 on 6 catches. There should not be a world existing where Jimmy Graham at 37 years old got 2 more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts ever. Drake London, he's having a good year, but I noticed something that all these Falcons playmakers have in common. Kyle Pitts, let's just look. 2 touchdowns. Cordell Patterson coming into yesterday, 0. He got 1 yesterday. Bijan, he's only got 4 touchdowns. Drake London, 2 touchdowns. Arthur Smith and his offense cannot find the end zone with all of these playmakers. Number one, Taylor Heineke would be starting for me. And I don't give a damn if I did get fired, it would be going down with Taylor Heineke throwing the ball all over the place. This report came out the other day. It seems like a job could be open in this division depending on how things turn out. The sense I get after asking around is Arthur Smith is safe in Atlanta, barring a late season collapse. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. Well, Falcons fans were not happy. That was a report from back on the 15th. Nothing Arthur Smith has shown in 3 years as a head coach gives a reason to be retained. Blank must be watching a different offense than the rest of us. Yeah, Arthur Smith's job expected to be safe unless the Falcons fall apart. Arthur Smith is 20-27 over the past 3 years. Brandon Staley 24-24 in the same time period and gets fired. Yes, Arthur Smith should go. Falcons fans. So I'm guessing 80% of the fan base want us to lose out now. 80%? 80%? Nah. 90.66% say get rid of this dude. Off with his head. Time to go. R. Kelly. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the Falcons fans, live look in at Falcons fans losing to the Panthers. The more I read about the report of Arthur Smith, I begin to think they won't be drafting a quarterback in this upcoming draft, especially if next year is likely Smith's prove it or you're fired year. I don't know if Terry gives him a rookie quarterback. Could be very wrong, though. Fall apart, a little stone cold. It's already falling apart. Yeah. I figured that Smith would get another year, but let's see how these last 4 games go. Guys, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. If you're a Falcons fan today, you're in hell. You're in hell. This team has offensive weapons everywhere. I think the Niners just scored another touchdown. And honestly, this Falcons offense should be able to go out and score 20 and not even think twice about it. You scored 7 points. And I didn't like this hire by the Falcons to begin with. I didn't. He felt like one of these I can't take charge of the room offensive coordinators. And I think he benefited greatly from having the best running back for the last 10 years in the NFL, Derrick Henry. Okay, yeah, you were involved in that offense he was in. I get it. But you also had Ryan Tannehill throwing to A.J. Brown. Now, in case you guys haven't noticed, A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles. Ryan Tannehill fell off a cliff. And Jalen Hurts shot up and last year nearly won the MVP. So, and look, as good as the weapons are on the Falcons, nobody's A.J. Brown. Nobody is. But the fact is, those kind of guys kind of made Arthur Smith. This team needs a Shanahan guy. If you could get a guy that would run like Mike McDaniels or Kyle Shanahan runs, or Sean McVay. Look, the Rams were forecasted to win 1 to 3 games this year. They're 7-7. That's good coaching. That's making lemonade out of lemons. This team right here, this Falcons team in this division, they should have 8 wins right now. They should be an 8-6 kind of, 9-5 kind of team. But the quarterback is not the guy, and the coach is not the guy. Just not. Tell me what you think. My God, the Dirty Birds flew right into the side of a glass building. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.